Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and we've had a lot of discussions over the course of the past couple of years about wages, right? Wages have become stagnant in this country. The unemployment level might be low, but the jobs aren't really that good, right? I mean, it does feel like corporations are getting a lot more money, a lot more profits, record profits every single year, but more and more people are absolutely struggling to get by. And it's unfortunate because you would figure that this country you would figure that under the ever loved Reaganomics, the trickle down effect, it would have worked. But we've learned that's been a failed experiment in capitalism. And I think here it is 30 years later, and people are going like, oh, shit. Right. Because we're finding ourselves in this particular situation where people are arguing very, very, very loudly for a $15 an hour minimum wage nationwide. This is what Bernie Sanders has been arguing. In Seattle, there's a $15 an hour minimum wage. And now apparently even Disneyland, which has been getting raked across the coals recently, has opted to raise its minimum wage to $15 an hour, which is a really, really, really good move. Now, if you're out there, if you're going to get mad about this, keep this in mind. Disney pulls in annually $43 billion in profit. Okay? In profit. Okay? That's a lot of money. That's like, fuck you, I'm going to build a lunar base money. And they can. And I'm sure they will. But the whole thing in there is that $43 billion. And theme parks make up 1/3 of that. Right? So that is like nearly $15 billion a year in profits from theme parks. They can afford to pay people $15 an hour. They can afford to pay them a whole hell of a lot more. Now, look, I'm not going to argue past $15 an hour. I feel 15 is a good place to start. If you work 30 hours a week, that's $450 a week times 4. That's $1,800 a month before taxes. After taxes, you're looking at maybe $1,400 to $1,500, which is not a great deal overall, but at the same time, it is a little bit more. And it says here that unions representing nearly 10,000 Disneyland employees accepted Disney's 3-year contract to raise starting hourly wages to $15 an hour beginning next year. The agreement ends a lengthy labor battle over pay at Disney's Anaheim Resort. And the thing is, those employees at Disney's Anaheim Resort, as well as Disney World and Euro Disney and Tokyo Disney, or I don't know, Disneyland Tokyo, whatever it's called. The people put in a lot of work and a lot of effort in order to make sure that when you go to those places, you are in the happiest place on earth. People, they work around the clock. They have a full, whatever crew they've got during the day, it's the same at night, making sure things are painted, things are perfect, things are clean. There's no gum, there's no cigarette butts, there's no trash. I mean, like they even go as far as to eliminate the wild animals that roam free at the park at night. Okay. Like they make sure that when you go to Disneyland, you are getting this specific experience. And that's a reason why they earn $15 billion a year. Now, minimum wage employees at Disneyland make $11 an hour. The deal immediately raises their pay 20% to $13.25 an hour. The $15 an hour starting rate will go into effect January 1st, and it will go up to $15.45 in June of 2020. Disney said an employee making $11 today would earn an additional $8,000 a year. And that is something that can help pay down a bill. That can help pay rent. That can help pay for college. That can help pay for cars, pay for health insurance. That can go a long way. And I'm completely on board with this. People might go, oh, you're just a dirty liberal. I feel if you're doing well, you should pass some of that on to the employees because they're the ones that are making your ass money. And if you got a well-oiled team, you want to treat them good because if you treat them good, they're going to stick around. They'll also take a lot more shit if you need to give it to them. So that's the thing. If you treat your employees well, they're going to be more loyal. You're going to find that you're going to end up making more money in the long run because they're not going to be slacking off. All right. Here's the thing too with that. You got like social media. Okay. Twitter and Facebook are estimated to cost companies billions of dollars a year in lost time at work because people they dick around on their phones. They dick around on social media. They don't get work done, but they still get paid. Right. And that's the thing is social media has this impact on businesses. And, I mean, part of that is because people, they don't always have a full day worth of shit to do. Hey, look, that's the whole thing. But I'm just saying it ultimately boils down to this. Like, if you treat them well, if you pay them well and you treat them good, the likelihood of them working with you longer and better, I think goes up. I think that goes up. Now this puts Disney on track to reach California's mandatory minimum 3 years before it goes into effect. Covers union workers at Disneyland jobs like attractions, store operations, custodial, costume, transportation, and parking. This agreement sets a new bar with minimum wages that are among the highest in the country. Disneyland President Joe DeMauro said in a statement. Now, the people there are going to argue that unions are pushing this in order to take their cut, which, yeah, they're going to get a little bit off the top in union dues. 100% agree with you on that one. I'd like to see everyone make a lot more money. The cost of living in Anaheim is insanely high. The cost of living in Southern California is insanely high. And so if you're going to go work at a theme park, you're going to have some kind of living wage if your job is full-time there. The problem with it is they don't put an emphasis on the employee. They don't care about fast turnaround. They don't care about any of that because it's actually probably just cheaper for them, in their mind at least, in order to just kind of keep people coming and going. That being said, statistically it's been proven that if you treat employees well, there's less turnover. And if there's less turnover, then you don't have to spend so much to train people. So it kind of evens itself out. Now, Disneyland has 30,000 workers, with the majority of hourly workers are represented by unions. Disney said wages for other hourly workers will be negotiated separately. So if you're not in a union and you're just a standard grunt at Disneyland, you're kind of screwed. Which again that's kind of okay. I will argue that is a crap thing. This should be an equal across the board exchange here, right? Unions have the power, the political power to come in there and make those demands. But if you're a normal non-union grunt, you should be treated exactly the same. I don't think that they should treat you any different. Negotiate that shit at a later date. Screw that noise. You do it all or nothing. That should be the mantra of the people who work there. We're either all in this or none of us are in this. At least those are my thoughts. You could think differently. Now this got into, Bernie Sanders had jumped in on this as well. And a lot of other people are talking about it too. And now they're also talking with unions at Disney World to have the same exact impact, to try to get to that point. And again, $15 billion is what Disney gets in profit every single year from theme parks. Pay the damn money. Pay the damn money. Treat your employees well, and they will be loyal to you, and you will save money. It's been proven. I hate this fucking corporate mindset. I'm a capitalist through and through, swear to God. But man, do I hate that shit. Where it's like, I don't care about you. I don't care how long you've worked here. I don't give a shit about loyalty to my own company. I'm a corporation. It doesn't matter to me. I don't like that because it devalues the work of the employee. And you wonder why so many people hate their jobs, right? Like when I managed my theater, I made sure to tell my employees, thank you and good job every single day, even when I probably maybe shouldn't have, but when I was harsh on them, they listened. And when I needed them to be there and I needed them to show up, they were loyal because I treated them not like shit. And I fought for them to get more, to get more hours. And I gave up hours for them to be able to pay their bills and to be able to work. And I think you have to make those sacrifices yourself sometimes. I think you need to show the people who work for you, who work with you, that they matter. And that's one of the biggest complaints I see out of a lot of these places. Right? You talk to anyone, you probably know this yourself. Either you have this or one of your friends has this, where they constantly complain because they feel like their job doesn't respect them. They feel like their job doesn't treat them well. And they don't like working where they work, but they do it because there's money, whether it's in a small amount or a large amount. They just don't feel respected. And as a result, it really does hinder on their work. Well, if I'm going to go to the happiest goddamn place on earth, I want everyone there to be happy as a pig in shit. Because then I know that the money I'm spending, and it's a lot of goddamn money to go there now, is going to make people's lives better. And as a result, there's your trickle down economics, because it trickles down to me having a good old time for me and my family. There we go on that one. Now, this rant is going to be viewed by different people different ways, and that is absolutely fine. I want to know your thoughts on this one. Do you think Disney should go 15? Should they go higher? Do you think workers who are there, who are loyal, should get a better pay raise? And not just at Disneyland, but like all over. How would you fix this current situation we find ourselves in with these low wage jobs that people are having trouble, getting ahead with, considering that, a lot of other issues going on. Again, this is not a single-sided issue. There are many, many, many factors involved. And I'm not an economist, but I'm just a person with an opinion. So I'm asking what your opinion is. Let me know down in the comments. My name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. I'll talk to you guys later. Have yourself a fantastic day, and peace out.